Hello, Dr. Sarah Sheets here, and I just wanted to give you a quick run through of how to customize your landing page for your business or offer. Now, we are using a software called ClickFunnels to create this landing page. If you're not familiar with it, I'm just going to give you a quick overview, show you the things that you really need to pay attention to, and hopefully save you a little bit of time on the learning curve so that it doesn't seem super daunting, because it's not, but there are a few things that if you're aware of can make it a lot easier. So the first thing that I want to point out is if you're just looking here, let's do the guided tour. So statistics are going to show you how many people have visited your landing page and how many have opted in, which of course this is just a sample one, so there isn't any information. Contacts is going to show you the names and emails of anyone who's opted in, same story. And settings is going to be a little more interesting. So here you do want to make some adjustments. You want to name your funnel. So you could call this, the massage on, or yeah, voucher. Okay. If you have different types of funnels or businesses, you can tag them. So for example, this could be massage. It doesn't really matter. It's just how it's going to show up in your queue of your funnels. One trick I do want to show you here is domain. So if you don't have to customize the domain. If you just want to get this thing up here, then don't worry about it. But it is going to show up as clickfunnels.com/funnels and a big long number. So if you want this to look more customized for your business, you can have a couple choices. You could go through your actual domain, like for your website, and add, /massage offer, and then integrate that domain so that this redirects there. A simpler hack, though, would be just to add and edit domains, add new domain, and buy one that's close to your website. So if your website is, massage therapy, Vancouver, Washington, then maybe you look for massage therapy, Vancouver, so that's available. So most people, if they know that your website is, Washington, they're not going to really notice that this is just WA instead. So that's a way to still have the authority of your website without having to go through the tech machinations of subdomains and whatnot. It's just kind of a quick hack. So for $20, you can get that set up. If you ever do want to move the domain out of ClickFunnels where it's going to be hosted, you do have that option. You would just contact help, because I forget how to do it. But I know that you can. And it also just makes it easier because it's all in one place, and you can get the SSL through ClickFunnels too, and get yourself dialed in. Now, while we're on this page, the other thing that I want to point out is this is where you can upload your Favicon. So that would be a digital asset. You would click New Asset. And this is so that you can replace the ClickFunnels icon with your icon or your logo. If you don't have a Favicon, you can just go online, search for Make Favicon, and there are a bunch of sites where you just can upload your logo, and it compresses it and makes it the right size. And then you would upload it here, and then you would have it available in your funnel. So I just wanted to point that out because if you're going to be going to the bother of updating your website and your address, you probably want to make sure that your logo is there too, because it just makes it look nicer. The head tracking code is important too for Facebook tracking. So we'll talk a little bit about the pixel later, but this is just a place you can paste it. So you can do zaps if you want that. And we're going to look at how to integrate third-party things also. So let's come back to the squeeze page. So automation, if you wanted certain triggers to happen when people opt in, you can control that here. I personally like integrating a third-party integration. Like I use Aweber, and I'll show you how to hook that up. And you can change, again, this funnel step name and the path so that it looks cleaner. Now let's actually look at the page. So just one last thing. So if you click here on settings, you need to change the name and the path here too. I don't know why you have to do it two places, but you do. So just be aware if you're ever like, why is it still saying squeeze page when I changed it? It's because you would need to update it in two places. I've been there. All right, so here we are actually diving into changing the landing page. So you can change colors to be consistent with your brand. You could add an image if you wanted in the background. You can change the text here. You can change, it used to just pull up the box right away when you click here, but now you have to actually click on it and get the settings to make it pull over, just so you know. So you can change whatever you'd really like. So the bold color here is blue. You can change that, if you wanted it green or orange or whatever. Customize it however you'd like. And I really like this landing page because you can use this space for a couple different things. If you want to make a video, saying, hey, welcome to Dr. Sarah's chiropractor and massage clinic. We're so glad to be able to serve you. You can use this as a place to introduce yourself, or you can just make it an image if you don't want to make a video. It doesn't even have to be an image of your clinic. It could be, a stock image. It could be your logo. If you want to change this from being a video, because here's the video, you would just go to Elements, Add Element, and choose an image instead. So just get rid of that and add an image instead. So it just gives you some flexibility here to customize however you'd like to get out whatever message you'd like. Now, this is where you're asking people to enter their name, and you can change this too. You could have it just be your first name, and you would want to just change that text. The more clear and less confusing you can make this, the better. And then enter your email address. And then again, you can change the color of the button or the text. You can customize to your heart's delight. Now there are a couple of colors that you probably want to just keep, like green is always good. Green means go. So for people opting in, I wouldn't really recommend a red button per se, although everything's a test. So it may be that in your niche, that is the best. One thing you can do too is look at what other people in your industry are doing, what their landing pages look like in their colors, because probably they've tested and found what works best. So just something to bear in mind there. I wouldn't spend too much time on that. Now here we have enter your name and email. We would have it above to receive voucher and other business emails. And I added that language because I want, this to have somewhere that they're going to receive other business emails. When they're opting into this, they're not just going to be getting the voucher or whatever giveaway you're doing or incentive. You're going to be putting them on your list. So even though people aren't really going to pay attention to that, it helps for CYA to have that language here on the landing page. You can customize this. You probably don't want it to have your company name. You want to have your actual company name here, again, to make it look nice. Now, as far as these other buttons, so these are all made to be mobile friendly, so you can see what they look like. This is helpful too if you're really changing the text or adding a lot, because sometimes that's just not going to translate very well. So you want to check and make sure that it still looks decent on the mobile view. And for settings, again, I like to integrate with Aweber. And when you do that, you have to do an existing form. And you have to create an actual form for it. So you can, when you're setting up a list, whether that's in Actionetics or Aweber or MailChimp or whatever, you just need to make sure that the list that you're intending to add these people to is set up already before you try to integrate it. So for example, if I wanted to integrate an existing list, here it lets me pull up the ones that I already have going. It's a little trick there. And then for SEO metadata, there's certainly no downside to optimizing here, plugging in some keywords, Vancouver, Washington, massage therapist, what are people searching for? This is just another place to be strengthening your backlinks and things online. We have tracking code. So this is where you can add your Facebook pixel. And you probably don't even want to go there. Background. So if you wanted something here on the big background, you would have to go through this step. That's one that took me a while to figure out too. That's one I wanted to change. You can change the typography. And just looking around. So I usually hide the affiliate badge because, again, I'm paying for the software. I'm paying for this website. I don't really want to be promoting ClickFunnels. And I think it takes away a little bit from the overall appearance. So if you don't get rid of that show affiliate badge, it'll show a little affiliate badge on the site once you actually launch it. So there, that's the tweaking we want. And if you click here on settings, the set action is going to be submit order. And so once it does that, it's going to take people to the next step of your funnel. Okay. So again, you want to change this and edit page. And customize to your colors, add your logo here. Now, one thing I suggest doing with this real estate, so to speak, this digital real estate, once people, because they're going to be looking at it, right? They've submitted, now they're going to see what's coming next. So we say, success, your massage voucher is on the way. We want to incentivize them to actually schedule now. Right? It's one thing to be getting their email and get them on the list and, tell them they've got a voucher. But if we can get them to take action now and actually, incentivize that, then they're going to be that much more likely to show up and that much more likely to turn into a client or customer. So I suggest putting a little carrot and the option for them to take an action right here, right now. And here's a little bit of space for you to talk more about your business, your offerings, show your clinic, your face, whatever, and then provide links to your various socials. So you can put in the URL to these different things. And if there's, if you're not on Twitter, you just get rid of it. No big deal. And that's really all there is to it here. Now, if you do want to get techie on the Facebook stuff, you can go here to tracking code and put the code for people who have actually completed the action of registration. So that's kind of a topic for another day, but I want you to know that it has that capability. That's something that can be helpful because if you're tracking people who not only reach the, click on your ad and go to the first page of your funnel, but then those who actually manage to or go through the action of putting in their name and email address and going to the thank you page, this group is going to be the most highly qualified. So as you get more and more people on that list, you can get more and more refined in your targeting. So in the future, you're not just, throwing out a broad ad to a broad audience, but you can actually target towards people who are most similar to the people who not only visited your landing page, but who opted in, registered, and wanted to claim that voucher. So that's a kind of a long-term play to reduce advertising costs in the future and really optimize your audience targeting. So I hope this is helpful. As always, you know where to find me if you need any further assistance, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thanks so much.